Have you ever wondered where happiness truly comes from? Is it from getting that promotion, buying a new car, or going on a lavish vacation? While those things can bring temporary joy, real lasting happiness springs from something much deeper, a joyful mind. And a joyful mind, my friends, is a clean mind. Today, we're diving deep into the art of mental cleansing and how it can completely transform your life. Think of your mind like a garden. When you plant seeds of positivity, compassion, and gratitude, you'll harvest beautiful flowers of joy and peace. But what happens when weeds start to grow? In our minds, these weeds are negative emotions like hatred, anger, jealousy, and envy. When we let them take root, they don't just sit there quietly. They choke the life out of everything good. From a psychological perspective, holding on to these toxic emotions is like constantly sipping a slow-acting poison. Let's break it down. When you feel anger or hatred, your body goes into a fight-or-flight response. Your brain's amygdala, the emotional alarm center, goes on high alert. It floods your system with stress hormones like cortisol and adrenaline. Your heart rate increases, your blood pressure spikes, and your muscles tense up. This response is designed for short-term survival, like escaping a predator. But when you live in a constant state of anger, you're keeping your body in this emergency mode, 24/7. The long-term consequences are severe. Chronic stress from these negative emotions can lead to a weakened immune system, making you more susceptible to illnesses. It can cause digestive problems, chronic headaches, and high blood pressure, increasing your risk for heart disease and stroke. Mentally, it's just as damaging. Constant anger and resentment can fuel anxiety and depression. You get trapped in a loop of negative thinking, where every situation is viewed through a lens of bitterness. You start to isolate yourself, pushing away the very people who could offer support, because your mind is too clouded with negativity to see the good. Jealousy and envy are equally destructive, though they work a bit more subtly. These emotions stem from social comparison, the act of measuring your own life against others. When you're envious of someone's success or jealous of their relationships, you're essentially telling yourself, I am not good enough. This constant self-devaluation is a direct assault on your self-esteem. It creates a feeling of lack and scarcity, making it impossible to appreciate what you already have. You become so focused on what others possess that you neglect to cultivate your own strengths and pursue your own goals. This can lead to feelings of hopelessness, frustration, and a profound sense of dissatisfaction with your life, no matter how much you actually achieve. The joy of your own journey is stolen by the obsession with someone else's. So, how do we pull out these weeds? How do we cleanse our minds and cultivate a garden of happiness? It's not a one-time fix, but a continuous practice. Here are three powerful methods you can start using today. First, practice mindfulness and meditation. This is the foundational tool for mental cleansing. Mindfulness is simply the act of paying attention to the present moment without judgment. When a negative thought or emotion like anger arises, don't try to fight it or push it away. Instead, just observe it. Acknowledge it by saying to yourself, ah, there is anger. By observing it without getting entangled, you create a space between you and the emotion. You realize that you are not your anger. You are the one who is aware of the anger. This simple shift in perspective is incredibly powerful. It takes the fuel away from the fire. A simple meditation practice can be just sitting quietly for 5 to 10 minutes each day, focusing on your breath. As thoughts come and go, gently guide your attention back to your breath. This trains your mind to be less reactive and more centered. The second method is to cultivate gratitude. Gratitude is the direct antidote to envy and jealousy. It shifts your focus from what you lack to what you have. Instead of comparing your life to others, you begin to appreciate the unique blessings in your own. Make it a daily habit. Every morning when you wake up or every evening before you sleep, Think of 3 specific things you are grateful for. They don't have to be big things. It could be the warmth of your coffee, a kind word from a friend, or the beauty of a sunset. You could even start a gratitude journal to write them down. This practice literally rewires your brain. It strengthens neural pathways associated with positive emotions and well-being, making it easier and more natural to feel happy. You start to see abundance where you once saw scarcity. The third method for cleansing your mind is compassionate reframing. This is about changing the story you tell yourself about people and situations that trigger you. When someone cuts you off in traffic, your initial reaction might be anger. But what if you reframe the situation with compassion? Maybe that person is rushing to the hospital. Maybe they just had a terrible day and are distracted. You don't know their story. By offering a more compassionate narrative, you release yourself from the grip of anger. This doesn't mean you condone bad behavior, but it does mean you choose not to let it poison your own mind. This also applies to yourself. When you make a mistake, instead of berating yourself, reframe it with self-compassion. See it as a learning opportunity. This practice helps dissolve resentment and fosters a sense of connection and understanding, both with others and with yourself. When you consistently apply these methods, mindfulness, gratitude, and compassionate reframing, your life begins to change in profound ways. With a clean mind, you're no longer a slave to your reactive emotions. You have clarity. You can make better decisions because you're not operating from a place of fear or anger. Your relationships improve because you're more patient, understanding, and present with the people you love. You become more resilient, able to navigate life's challenges without getting knocked down for long. Your physical health improves as your body is freed from the constant barrage of stress hormones. You sleep better, you have more energy, and you just feel lighter. Most importantly, you unlock a deep and abiding sense of joy and contentment that isn't dependent on external circumstances. You find happiness within yourself. So, the choice is yours. You can continue to let the weeds of hatred, anger, and jealousy grow wild, choking your potential for happiness. Or you can make the decision, right here and right now, to start tending to your mental garden. Choose to live a healthy, happy, and joyful life. It's the greatest gift you can ever give yourself. Thank you so much for joining me on this journey today. If this message resonated with you, please hit that like button and subscribe to the channel for more content on living your best life. We'll see you in the next video.